So welcome to our demonstration video. This is the login page. We can register an account through this link. As you can see, there are two input forms, one for student and one for teacher. So let's take a look at the student one. These are the input fields for the information. If you leave any of them blank, a message will pop up. So as for the field of email address, we have the basic checking of the format of the input. So user can only input a valid email address. We have two fields for the password. So we can prevent situations where user inputs a wrong password in the registration form. So let's quickly fill in the password. Yeah, you can see the contents of the fields are once again checked by the JavaScript, so the validation is solid. Let's input the other information as well to make a legit account. We have a date picker for user to choose his birthday in the calendar as well. So for security questions, we have a list of security questions for user to choose from. So here you go. The registration is complete. Let's take a look at the registration for a teacher. As you can see, the input form is almost the same as that of the student, except you need not to input the birthday and gender. Instead, you input the course code, in which the teacher will be responsible for. So let's fill up the form here. By the way, for the profile picture, JPG, PNG, and GIF files are allowed. So yeah, here you can see. Teacher must have one course responsible for. The checking of the input fields are done through two separate paths in HTML and JavaScript. So sometimes you may see that the message for empty input fields seems not working, but actually it works, just in different order. And you can add various course code by clicking the Add New button. So this teacher is responsible for these two courses. So nothing is wrong with the input. It is done. There are some more validations about the image files and the input fields. It will be discussed in the report.
So now we will demonstrate the user login function. First, we can use any account and password to log in. I mean valid account. Then the login status will be remembered using cookies. So here, even I close the page and go back to the login page, it will redirect me to the corresponding page. After I log out, the cookie will be deleted. If I forget the password, I can just click on the trouble logging in and try to get back my password, or I mean just create a new password using the secret question. So here I can input a new password. And now my password has successfully changed, and I can use the new password to log in. If I am using teacher account and I attempt to go to other page such as admin page or student page, it will say that my account is not cannot access this page, and it will redirect me back to the teacher page. Yes, like this.
So let's take a look at the admin page. We log in the admin account. Here you can see the account tables and the examination table. The database was empty before, so you can see there are no other accounts or examinations record for now. Admin can click this button to add a new account. The format is similar to that of the registration, and so is the validation. So let's add as an account here. So you can see the account is added here. So let's add some more accounts for the demonstration afterwards. So suppose I am an admin and I want to change the course for Dr. Kai. So I click this button. You can see that the original information for this teacher account is already here, so I can just change the course like this and click modify. So it is changed. And the validation for modifying an account is same as that for the registration. So to delete an account, just click this red button here. The page will be refreshed and the record is shown deleted. You can see a screenshot of the admin page with more records in the report.
Now here we will present when teacher release an exam. So first, I will log in as teacher, and the dashboard will show all the things that a teacher need to know, such as the page, how to use the release exam page, check and grade a paper page, and the view students exam page. To create a question, to create an exam, we need to specify the course code exam date, start time, end time, and all the questions. Here we are demonstrating the validation of the page. So here I just type in some questions and then add a question. So a question will be pop up next to the previous question. So I can further add some questions. Let me write some dummy questions here. So I can use the right bottom button to quickly navigate back to the top. To fill in the blank questions, we used a special character blank to indicate a blank. So the program will automatically map a text field into the underscore underscore blank underscore underscore. So teacher can just design a question here and leave out the blank using this special word. So here we will fix the choose a valid time and valid date. So here is 7 p.m. 5 minutes. So I just set a very short test, and the test created successfully. I mean the exam created successfully. After creating the exam, I can just log out and let the students to answer the questions.
So the examination time is almost there. Let's log in as a student to take the exam. This is the dashboard of a student account. You can see all the exams arranged now and in the future. There are also some random quotes and exam tips to motivate students for studying harder. The time now is 7:04. The exam has not started yet, so we can see there are no exams available now. Okay, now it has started and we can see the paper we set up earlier here. So let's answer the questions. So answer submitted successfully. The exam is still going. We can see it in the table, but if you go in again, it is not allowed. So let's change to a different student account. The exam is still here. Let's go in. So for the questions that the student do not know, they can simply leave it as blank and submit it. And now let's change to another student account and test the time of submission. The answer will be submitted automatically once the time is up. And as the time passes, you can see the bar eventually going to the right. Three, two, and one. So the time is up. The answer is submitted automatically. And for this minute, students still can see the exam, but if they choose to enter the exam now, they won't be getting any time to write down their answers.
So in this part, we will demonstrate teacher evaluates and view students' submitted answers. So assume all the students have submitted their papers, and now we can grade their exams. So we can grade their papers here, such as here. For MC and true false question, the marks are automatically given. But for short answers and fill in the blanks, we have to manually grade it. So here we can view the student's answer and the correct answer and the score given. And for other type questions, we have to manually give them marks. So the max score must be the maximum question score. So there won't be an overflow. So I have to grade each paper one by one. If the student have not answered the question, it will show as not answered. Let's assume we have graded all the papers, and the teacher will need to release the exam, so the teacher can see the statistic and each student's performance. Meanwhile, the students on the other side will also see their results. So here, let me just click on the random students performance, and we can see the students correct answer, and we can see each student's record here, and the marks given and their total score. So in the statistic, there will be a score distribution, and the max, mean, median, average, and standard deviation is shown, and the score distribution, it can be downloaded as a picture. Um, So also, each questions, the correct rates and the average student score will also be shown in each question. So teacher can evaluate the student performance. And finally, when the student log in, he can see his own result. And he can also view his exam in a detail to see which questions he got correct or wrong. He can also see his total score and the full score of the exam.